Okay. Can you just, we're now live.
Okay, so do
You
it
just
again.
we don't have to do it again.
Okay.
Just indicate that we've already done the inspiration and we just completed the roll call where Mr. Bobbitt, yourself, Mr. Konecki are present, Mr. Ryan and the mayor are not present today.
Okay. Good afternoon. We have just completed the statement of notice and also our inspiration and pledge and the roll call. Unfortunately, Mayor Farmer will, sorry, wrong district. Mayor Farmer will not be able to join us, neither is Councilman Ryan. We are here to discuss the resolutions brought before us. Number 161, authorizing the appointment of Henry J. Nordenberg Jr. as municipal tax assessor for the for a 4-year term commencing on July 1st, 2025 and ending June 30th, 2029, as per ordinance NJSA 40A 9-148. Does anyone have an objection of us going through the resolutions in a block, or would you like to vote on them individually? Councilman Bobbitt?
I prefer to go individually.
Okay. The first resolution, any discussion or questions?
This is for appointing Henry John Nonnenberg as tax assessor, correct?
Yes.
And that's so, what's happening is that Mr. Nonnenberg will complete the remaining appointment of our retiring assessor, Ken Pissarra. He's starting employment with Lawrence Township effective April 14th, 2025. So he'll complete the term, Mr. Pissarra's term, and then he will start his own 4-year term effective July 1st.
Correct. Thank you for the clarification.
So we need somebody to move it and somebody to second it.
I would like to move for the appointment of Resolution 161. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Can we please take the roll?
Roll.
Mr. Bobbitt?
Yes.
Mr. Konecki?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
Yes. Second resolution, number 162, authorizing professional service agreement with Mason, Griffin, and Pearson as tax attorney for 3131 Princeton Pike at a fee of $5,000. Mr. Manager, can you explain that, please?
Yeah. This is supposed to be a professional services contract to act as a conflict tax attorney for the pending and future tax appeals. It is not as a tax attorney for 3131 Princeton Pike.
Yeah,
Right.
that's an error.
Let's just see.
We would need to amend that.
Mhm.
So the resolution itself
Is correct.
is completely correct.
Yeah.
So it's just
Just the agenda.
the agenda itself. So just for council's benefit, we have a tax attorney firm that handles our tax appeals.
Mhm.
However, there comes from time to time a conflict of interest that exists. We have tax appeals where there is a conflict with our present firm. So it makes it necessary for us to have a conflict firm available to represent the township in tax appeals where there is a conflict.
So
If it even arises.
if it arises.
Yeah.
And are they currently the tax attorneys for 3131?
No, they have nothing to do
To
with
do with
it.
that.
No, nothing to do with that.
Okay, I would like to make a motion. Do I have a second?
Chair, could we, do we need to modify the language of the resolution to reflect that this isn't for 3131 Princeton Pike?
Right.
Well, for the record, yes.
Wait,
Wait, no.
no,
No,
no.
it should be.
So the
tax
body,
appeal attorney.
yeah,
Tax appeal
It
attorney.
should just say
No.
appeal attorney.
yes, so you are correct, Mr. Bobbitt, that resolution 161-25 needs to strike the second line under whereas, under the first whereas, where it says for 3131 Princeton Pike.
Right.
That's it.
So,
So for a tax appeal attorney,
period.
All right, so
Right.
if I may, I'll make a motion to amend Resolution 162 to now read authorizing professional services agreement for Mason Griffin Pearson as tax appeal attorney in the amount of $5,000. And then within the resolution itself of 162-25, striking,
31.
reference to 3130.
yeah, reference to the
Right,
130.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Mr. Bobbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Kaneki,
Yes.
Ms. Berry.
Yes. Thank you for the correction. Resolution number 163, authorizing professional service agreement with BRB Valuation and Consulting Services.
Point of order.
Yes.
Can we, can I move 162 to be voted on? We amended it, but we didn't vote on the actual.
Oh, correct,
So I'll move resolution 162.
to be voted on, correct. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll for the vote?
Who moved it? I'm sorry.
I move.
You moved and Jim second for the amendment. Now we're voting.
Okay, Mr. Bobbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Kaneki,
Yes.
Ms. Berry.
Yes. Okay, so number 3, resolution number 163, authorizing professional service agreement with BRB Valuation and Consulting Services as a tax evaluation consultant for the fee of $10,000.
So moved. And
One moment. Can you explain this, Mr. Manager? And Kate?
Yeah, so this is an expert that we must retain to assist us in tax appeals. We've not had to do this before because our tax assessor always acted as our own expert because of the years of experience. But with the current appointment, through discussions with the county tax board, and, to provide the proper support to our tax assessor, we feel it's important to have this expert on retainer to assist us through tax appeals, in particular, commercial tax appeals.
So this would provide the support that we need so that we're making sure that the assessments are done correctly and that
The township is adequately represented
represented.
in tax appeals before the various courts.
Great.
Chair, if I could ask a question of the manager. How long do you, from your sense from, and those who have interviewed our new tax assessor, how long do you, first of all, do you think this $10,000 will cover this year, or is it, you mentioned a retainer?
Well, so I went back to my attorney days, retainer.
So I'm asking a
This
question.
is encumbering $10,000 as a forecasting of what we may need through this year. We may need more. We have I think a little under 20 tax appeals pending at this point in time. And depending on the level of involvement of this particular expert, it could be more, or we could be fine. But this just gets us through the next, 5 or 6 months, definitely. But thereafter, we may have to come in and do an amendment, as we do, because there's no way to know.
Right.
It's not a flat fee. This is a fee based upon work performed, and we can't really forecast how much work is involved.
Understood. And then do you get a sense that we will be needing to retain the services of BRB Valuation and Consulting Services as a tax evaluation consultant in future years as well?
Absolutely. For a while.
It should be noted that 9 out of 10 tax appeals settle. So it's a rare one that actually goes for a full hearing or whatever, but you have to prepare for a full hearing or trial if you take it up to tax court, et cetera. So the groundwork has to be there, even though majority do settle once you hit the steps of 640 South Broad.
Understood.
The county
I
building.
just know from experience that we have some businesses in the community who will fight
Without a doubt.
for
Without a doubt.
multiple ones, so thank you.
Well, we're putting ourselves in the best position
Yeah,
to
we
in
have to.
case that
We
happens.
have to.
I would like to make a motion to move on that. Resolution 163.
I'll second.
Madam Clerk, can you take the roll?
Mr. Bobbit?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Berry?
Yes. Resolution number 164, authorizing professional service agreement with David J. Levy as a tax assessor consultant for 2025 at the rate of $250 per hour. Is there any discussion or need for?
I just have a question of the manager. So we have the tax evaluation consultant for tax appeals that
To act as an expert.
to act as an expert. Mr. Levy now is the tax assessor consultant. What does that mean?
This is
How's that
for,
Workload.
this is to provide our appointed tax assessor with the ability to have someone there to assist when necessary to get through commercial appraisals and issues that may arise where he may need or want to have somebody provide assistance. Mr. Levy is an extremely well-respected, very seasoned tax assessor. That his name came at the recommendation of the Mercer County Board of Tax Assessors. And he's agreed to do it, so we're fortunate to have his presence, depending on, we don't know the level at this point in time, on an as-needed basis, basically.
That's great to hear, because I know Mr. Levy is, has lots of experience in Mercer County, has
In
led
particular
sort of
this town.
that tax assessor community in Mercer County, so I'm glad to see that he's.
Yeah, and he worked here for 17 years before going to East Windsor, so he's very familiar with our town as well, so we're fortunate to be able to get him.
I'm glad he's signing up, thanks.
Yes.
Question, do we feel there may be a conflict here,
Where?
having Mr. Levy in this position?
I'm sorry, what's the conflict?
Past history?
No. No, I mean, he's working for us. He'd be working for us just as he worked before for us.
Okay.
So there's no adversarial.
He's on the same side.
Okay.
We're all on the same side here.
Okay. Madam Clerk, can you please take the roll?
Mr. Bobbit?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Berry?
Yes. Resolution 165, authorizing professional service agreement with Jennifer Caraballi as a tax assessor consultant for 2025 at a rate of $250 per hour.
And this is simply, she's just on deck when if Mr. Levy is unavailable, takes time off, goes on vacation, or is otherwise not able to be of assistance to the town. Ms. Carabelli will step in. She's also a former employee of Lawrence Township. We're lucky to have her.
Any discussions, any questions?
I just want to ask the manager, how are we missing all these good people?
Right. She used to work for us.
She did, yeah, she was a deputy tax assessor.
She didn't put in her.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she didn't apply.
No, I understand. It's
She's
just-
interested in this role though, so that's fine.
Yeah,
Take her.
it just struck me that we have two former employees now being hired as tax assessors. That's all.
Well, as in many situations, when someone is new to a position, they need a little bit of backup. We were fortunate to have Peter for so long, our former tax assessor.
Ken, yeah.
Ken, excuse me,
Ken.
Ken for so long. Any other discussion or questions? Madam Clerk, can you please take the roll? May I make a motion? Excuse me. Yes. I would like, sorry. Can someone make a motion for us to move forward?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Madam Clerk, can you please take the roll?
Mr. Bobbit,
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki,
Yes.
Ms. Perry.
Yes. Resolution or number 6, authorizing a closed session for council immediately following the regular meeting. It is necessary.
No, I've decided that's
I-
not necessary. We'll talk. It's
Okay.
fine.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. At this point, we'll open up public participation.
Ken Kieran from the Gaines Railroad. And I'm just trying to understand what happened last month versus now. There was a recommendation for Mr. Nonnenberg by Councilman Ryan for a position that was seconded and voted on with a question from our township manager stating there should be further communication about this. And specifically, in quotes, if you fully understand the position of what a tax assessor does and the nature of the work and all that, then that is fine. I just wanted to offer my experience and understanding of the position if you wanted it. If you don't, it's fine. 3 council people shook their head in understanding. So now, and of course, Mr. Levy was recommended by a minority, and then that did not pass. So now we're hiring somebody that is a real estate assessor for the next 4 years and to fulfill this team with no experience on appeals. And now the township has to pay more to cover him because he's not experienced on appeals. I just don't understand the logic of why it wasn't heard, it wasn't discussed to best benefit the township. Now we have to cover ourselves because this person has 0 experience in appeals, but we hired him. Thank you.
May I? So the person that we hired, we felt, again, it's a personnel issue, we will not discuss further, but we are hiring for backup and support, which is not an uncommon practice going forward based on the experience and how he develops in the position. We may not need to continue. And this is not at any additional cost to the township. And again, just think about entry-level positions, salaries versus experienced level position salaries. So we're net neutral. Anyone else? Seeing no other persons for public participation, I would like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you very much.
Well, wouldn't be me if I didn't have a question.
Yes.